Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Blerd Lines Podcast. We got the original three back in town. We had a new redhead lady gunner. We have a regular dad pad, and we have your terrible sick Captain New in the building. How are y'all doing this beautiful morning? Give me 1 second.
Lady Gunner, of course, ladies first. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. We had Guard Impact. What was that? Friday night? Yeah, and I did get a little overboard with my extracurricular activities. I woke up Saturday feeling like the world was out against me, and I was a little. I wouldn't say a little. I was tipsy, but today's Sunday. Fresh me, new day. I feel nice today.
Right. By now, we've washed off the sins of Friday night. So,
Yes, it
yeah,
took a
you know what
whole
I'm
day,
saying?
but yes. How are you doing
So,
today?
I'm good. It's been a really busy weekend. I did not make it to Guard Impact. My son had a band competition deal, so we got that done yesterday. My firstborn son, his birthday party. His birthday was on the 12th, but his birthday party was yesterday
Aw.
for custody reasons, and it was pretty lit. Game truck, bunch of kids, bunch of pizza, bunch of food because preteens eat a lot.
Oh
So
yeah, especially
yeah,
the boys.
so it's been a very eventful last couple days, but we here, we booming and we banging and we serving all the preteens. Okay,
Stop.
hey,
Stop.
shout out. Where is OJ the Juice Man?
He's chilling right now. He's doing his regular thing, making his rounds. He's been in a couple of interviews. But no, you are the
Okay,
no, stop. That's
okay,
not no. I will mute you.
hey,
You will be muted here shortly if you do it one more time. You will be sick.
okay.
Yeah, you're muted for the next 2 seconds.
No way,
You're muting.
please don't.
Hush. But
Don't mute me.
shut up. But no.
All right, let's
Um
go.
yeah, but no, I've been yeah. We had a good week. We had a phenomenal guard impact. I've been I've been sick for like the past 4 days.
Tragic.
I fell asleep on my desk while at work with the window wide open. And then my daughter decided to cough and sneeze in my face. So
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm slowly but surely dying. Nose stuffed up, waking up with headaches. I've been drugged up for the past 24 hours, but things got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Got to pull through. But outside of that, I finally got a good amount of homework done yesterday, which was good. Um, but yeah, and I'm almost done with Harry Potter. But yeah,
Wonderful.
Hmm.
yeah, man, we got
Um,
it. Go ahead.
just want to take a very brief moment to pop into the chat where Liv has popped in with a very important comment. She says, "Hey, hey,
I will
hey,
fucking
okay."
mute you.
Live not a please.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out here. We out here. All right.
But
But yeah, as you were saying, we got some topics here, right? We
yeah,
got some topics.
we got a thick. Though it's been light as far as gaming news, we've had a particular amount of thickness here when it comes to more layoffs at Meta. Pokemon Company getting interested in the Web3, something I'm really excited to talk about. Our game of the year thus far and what that consists of, and Starfield not having enough sex scenes into the game, which is absolutely wild. And then the unnecessary hate for Spoken. So we got a lot of things to talk about. Good coverage. Unlike with G, I have to be the one to educate people today when it comes to tech, and I actually had to do like 45 minutes of homework to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So you get to have my dad pad gaming moment of information.
Oh,
I am prepared.
I look forward to it.
Nah, no.
So,
My throat
so
hurts.
where do we want to start?
I want to talk about the sex scenes. I want
Ew.
I want to start there.
Oh man,
Lady Gunner, I
coming
want
down
you to
with the
start
spice already.
right, like Lady Gunner, I am intrigued on why Starfield is not giving me what I want.
First of all,
Wait, it's
Starfield
what you
is
want?
a is I think is what the
Yes.
majority of the community of Starfield want, even though the
Uh,
game is not out. Starfield is a Bethesda game. What Bethesda game has sex?
Mm,
None. Fallout,
Skyrim.
lay in the bed next to each other.
yeah, I was.
Skyrim, the screen go black, and then you wake up and she got a kid. Like you don't see anything. Like so, Bethesda said, just skip all that. What's the point? I just find it interesting that there's no sex scenes, but it's still rated. Like I think it's rated R, either rated M. And do you know why? Because of the excessive amount of drug use. Like I'm expecting to walk into every ship now and see a bunch of cocaine dust and crushed up stars on the table at this point because y'all made the game rated R for drug use. Like,
I love cocaine. It's a
Well,
hell of a drug.
well, the thing that you have to realize, though, I mean, the ESRB is
mm-hmm,
usually going to rate games mature for violence and drug usage alone. And those will get them mature. Like sex is not one of the things that's required for a mature rating. Like for instance, Mortal Kombat is rated mature for extreme violence.
yeah, I
Um,
wish I could just share my
yeah,
screen though because it has especially because for some reason the game is getting rated in Australia, but they rated it dang near mature because of the drug use, but it has cussing and violence. Like you can walk up to somebody and shoot them in the kneecaps and be like "F you," and then proceeds to crush their head in and then walk away. And that's rated teen rating. That's teen rating. But the drug use is oh no, that's rated R. That's too much, sir.
yeah.
What?
I mean, it depends on the amount of violence. Like if you're shooting somebody in the leg and there's just pow pow, he's been shot and that's it, fine. But if there's blood and gore in the shooting and you're seeing guts shooting flying everywhere from those shots, it's probably going to start to lean into that mature rating.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot more to do with the context and the additives that come with it. Because I'm sure if it was just like, hey, we smoke weed in this game from time to
Oh
time,
yeah, rated
it
R.
would it would probably just be a rated teen for like mild drug references. So like they do have a actual like I don't want to call it scientific, but it is a scientific method more or less that they have that determines how those games turn up the way they are. That's why sometimes
Yeah.
we'll see games that ride the fence. Like for instance, I think some of those Arkham games, like Arkham City and Arkham Knight in particular,
Mm-hmm.
are super violent and there's some mild language in there. But because there's no blood in those games, it helps them to still lean into a teen rating. So it's a fine line they walk there. But I'm more interested in the fact that there are people upset that there's no sex in the game. Like
Because
what?
when
I
you're
find
in
it funny.
space, that means you need to go get some space poon. So
Oh, space food in this game.
with that amount of accessibility on how big they're showing this game to be, if I don't have the ability to have my way and marry some orange purple thing that has four cooch,
I hate that.
13 boobs, and four eyes, then I don't want it. No, I'm just playing. Like, you guys are weird. Like, when,
I
you guys
mean,
need to stop it.
yeah. I was gonna say, Perry, I've got four eyes. Do you want to marry me?
No, you're not. You have long hair. I like my women to be bald headed.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, he said two things that are not me. He likes his women and bald, and I am neither. So there's that.
But you're
I'm
cute with
sorry,
long
I'm
hair,
not.
though.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm
Sure,
cute or
whatever.
whatever. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We
Oh,
out
he said
here.
the whatever.
You know what I'm saying? We out here this morning. Yeah. But I'm with you, Perry. Like some people are it's almost like that Street Fighter thing where people were mad that Cammy wasn't sexy enough when the gameplay was leaked and people saw her attire, and now the thirst trap stretches out and everyone's gaga over Cammy again. Like,
Mm.
come on, y'all.
I
They're
mean,
video game characters.
right.
Yeah,
And if you can only get your rocks off on video game characters, I need you to go outside, walk to the nearest blade of grass, and then touch it.
lick it,
Mm.
lick the grass at that
Smell
point.
it at this point.
Mm.
Because that makes no sense. Like, the fact that people are raging about not having sex scenes into a game is wild
It's
because, like,
kind of weird.
it's weird. But, I mean, Is it? I mean, is that going to get people to buy this exclusive game for Xbox? Maybe they need to put a sex scene in there.
Nah, that's what I'm upset about. Like, why Xbox trying to be like place? Y'all want to have an exclusive now, and they only put it on the Xbox Series X and the S, like, and PC. So
Well, it's because they. I mean, Xbox spent that money. There's nothing wrong with exclusive games on consoles, which is fair because we've done it for so many years. And what I've seen online, it's been a lot of back and forth between the fanboys. Again, I want everyone to know this. Xbox started this back in 360 days. Sony just happened to do better for the past 2 years. So when it comes to exclusive games, now when it comes to what Xbox is trying to do with Bethesda and the business deals with that, of course, you got people raising their eyes and asking questions, this, that, and the third. But I'm not mad at Starfield being an Xbox exclusive. I just wanted to do well. I wanted to have substance. I wanted to have meat on that game instead of just being bare bones. Because again, No Man's Skies is literally what I'm looking at when it comes to this game. Now, do I have to explore to see what it has to offer to be intrigued? I mean, I might have to check that out, but as of right now, I mean, hell, if you adding sex scenes to the game, I mean, that's going to get people to buy it, at least.
Yeah.
No, not buy it. Xbox doesn't have I'm sorry, this day one Game Pass, correct?
Yeah, day one. I mean, all of their exclusive day.
Yeah, day one. So with that, people were just going to stream it, which again, we came out, I believe, a few weeks ago. Game Pass don't mean you're going to buy the game. It just means you're going to play it, which in turn was going to do with those developers' pockets. But I digress.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, on the Game Pass thing for a second, I understand how Game Pass works for third-party games. As I know we discussed it a little bit, it's usually saying, hey, ABC Games, you spent $1 million to make this game. We'll give you a $1.5 million to put your game on Game Pass. That way you make up for, recovering the cost of the game, plus you make a little profit. Here you go crazy. But for Microsoft to take their own games and do that, like, I guess it's because Microsoft as a whole is like a giant money machine. So for them, they can, I guess, just give away these multi-million-dollar projects for free and just hope that the Microsoft bubble and the Game Pass subscriptions like help them recoup. But like, I don't know. I just don't see the Game Pass thing being sustainable if it wasn't attached to Microsoft, which is like one of the top largest 5 companies in the world. But I digress. Put sex in the game because weebs are gonna get mad. That's the tale of the tape here, right?
Yeah, it's all about space coochie and space balls.
Right, space Gina.
But I want to address something in the comments. Liv likes to point out the fact that I have a lot of coffee behind me. Yes, that is a lot of coffee.
Is that officially a part of like your backdrop now?
I
I
mean,
think it should be.
I mean, yes, it is a lot. I have a carrot maker back there that I just moved into my office, and it just got like, yes, Liv, I have all the coffee in the world to keep me alive and moving because, as you can see, I don't sleep. But also, my dad and his lady, they also drink coffee, and that's why I have it. I'm just the only one who really likes Folgers. I don't like the apple tasting of McDonald's or those fancy flavors. I like mine medium. I like mine black. 2 things of sugar. I'm gonna keep it pushing. I add no cream. None of that. John Wayne. I drink my coffee. Yeah, I drink my coffee John Wayne style, man. It keeps me going, keeps me pushing. Because I don't have that crash because of all that sugar. But man, dude, I keep it pushing.
I like my coffee black, like my women.
Spicy.
Folgers, if you sponsor me, I swear to God, it will make me. Folgers.
Yeah, that's
sponsors
leave
Perry.
that in the backdrop because we need that sponsor. Come find us. It don't have to be all G Fuel and Prime. Gamers like coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We want that in our lives.
Indeed. But to move forward, what do you want to tackle next, gang?
I want to hear about this Pokemon and Web3 business.
Absolutely. Yes. Web3. Ladies and gentlemen, boys, I have to change my glasses. See me not saying.
Uh-oh.
No way.
I have to
He
change my
had to
voice.
change glasses. What's
I
about to happen?
have to put on
We'll
my.
find out on the next episode of
Dragon Ball Z.
BLP.
So
Oh.
yes, so Pokemon is interested on becoming looking for someone who has deep knowledge of Web3 and blockchain knowledge. Now, for anyone who doesn't have any knowledge of that, blockchain is a decentralized type of currency, as long as crypto, that isn't managed by anything centralized as far as government. Web3 is that type of environment when we're talking about the internet. Just a little backstory: Web 1.0 started in '94, and you're looking at mainly web pages that were web text, like Wikipedia. Then you transfer, not transfer, but when you go forward into like 2004, we have more interactive websites. We have our MySpaces. You have HTML, you have CSS, you have JavaScript. But with this, you see a lot of things called cookies, which is your search engine information that is being gathered and then sold off into major companies like Facebook, Google, and Amazon. So when you go to Facebook after you be on Google, you start seeing these ads on your timeline. So when it comes to Web3, this is decentralized. There's four major categories of what Web3 is. It is decentralization, trustful and permissionless, AI and machine learning, and connectivity and ubiquity, which is accessibility to anyone and anywhere at any point in time. So right now we have accessibility mainly to the internet on phones, desktops, and laptops. But with IoT, which is called Internet of Things, they're going to be launching that in all aspects of technology. Whereas your phones, it's your TVs, it is your Alexas, it's your Google boxes that you have, and using the AI information where it's going to be even more interactive and more of a customization of your web surfing ability. So with that, I believe Pokemon is going to. They've already had a good leeway when it comes to something like Web3. When you look like Pokemon Go,
Mm-hmm.
you're starting to have that information. You still have that freedom. Now, when you have the ability to launch in Web 3.0 in the Pokemon sense, that's going to me, be even better because maybe you can battle people on your phones. Maybe you're looking for new ideas to launch on a bigger landscape and accessibility. Maybe you want to just launch on your TV. Say, I want to battle these people online with the Pokemon that I have or I gather with Pokemon Go. So you're having that accessibility and freedom when it comes to Pokemon. So, but and I also see they want to get into metaverse and blockchain and NFTs. That's literally the baby steps of what Web3 can be, or entry level. But we're still like 5 to 10 years off, in my opinion, on where Web3 can be launched in a monetized way where it makes sense. So, yeah.
Yeah. So to say all that, I'm assuming one of two things here. I'm thinking either A, we are getting a Pokemon Go massive update in the next year or so that's going to incorporate NFTs in, or we're going to get a new mobile Pokemon game that's going to incorporate NFTs. That's what I'm assuming. But I do also know that sometimes big companies put these feelers out and then it turns into nothing. So
We
it's one of those things that we know how companies work, and sometimes they file for patents that are never used. This could be one of those cases, but I don't know, man.
but when you look at anything as Web3, you're literally getting rid of big companies collecting your information because with Web3, you control your data and your accessibility to your data. So you're literally customizing your web surfing experience. It's going to be more interactive. So you're getting rid of Google, Facebook, Twitter, everything that collects your information when you're surfing the web is going away. So you're not going to see these random ads, which I believe is really good. I don't like the NFT aspect because there's been so many bad investments in money hungry people where I'm just like, maybe we're going the right direction. I just don't like when people put NFTs in there because it left a lot of bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And then you got the shit coins and cryptocurrency. So it's give or take. So I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm more wary about the NFT aspect. I'm like, what are you guys going to sell? Because to me, NFTs are just really, really fancy JPEGs where I can screenshot and keep it for myself.
And some of them aren't even JPEG. I mean, fancy JPEGs. They're just JPEGs.
Exactly. They're trash Photoshop. So
Mhm.
Right.
it can go either way. I'm excited where I'm excited with the conversation of more Web 3.0 and where it's going. Um, I've been so excited of where technology can go moving forward in a positive sense while we're incorporating in our day to day lives. That this is to me is really awesome.
Yeah.
So, but again, you got your boomers. So
Yeah.
yeah,
the the main story that needs to be told here is the fact that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is still broken, but Pokemon Company has moved on to other things. Go fix Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Nah, they said you're gonna take what we got and love it, because that's what
man,
all Pokemon fans do.
Clearly,
give me new hardware, Nintendo. But I digress.
where's my Switch so I can throw it again? There we go.
Sad, sad. He didn't care where it landed. Like he just
Uh, I mean, come on. Just it's dead. Give us a new one. Um, Speaking of dead things, Lady Gunner, I understand that you've got some conversation that you want to bring forward in regards of Forspoken. Would you like to shed some light on what that is?
I will, but we didn't hit none of your topics, Greg. Like, what did you want to talk about?
Well, my topic's more of an open discussion, so I figure we
Oh,
can just kind of wrap up with that.
well, for spoken, I just find it sad that every month I'm finding something like negative about it. So everybody knows it has like a 64, 68 on the metric rating scale, which is like a website like Rotten Tomatoes. They critique
Metacritic.
movies. Yeah,
hmm
Metacritic. What the heck did I say? Anyway, Metacritic.
You said metric
uh,
system.
Jesus Christ, Metacritic rate games. So it's facing a lot of backlash. Like even though the game came out, when did the game come out?
Came out I think January, mid
Yeah,
January.
January. We're like 2 months in, and it's still having something negative said about it. So basically, people are upset about the dialogue between the main character and her magical bracelet. Like there said there is basically she basically acts like Deadpool or Iron Man. Like she has like a really retort, but like she does it in like critical situations, or like
hmm
it's just very cringy basically. Like you know how Deadpool, he does it, it's funny and funny in certain situations, even though the situation is dire. She does it a lot, and it gets to the point where it's just like it's cringe worthy. Like
Yeah.
I
Lady
bought this
Gunner,
game and spent like 10 minutes playing it before I closed the app and deleted it. Like
have
it's
you played the full game or just the demo?
I bought the game.
You played 10 minutes of it.
I was trying to get into it, like I swear to you not, her talking to the bracelet was boring as like oh get out. Now all of a sudden, like how did she magically get why the plot? Why did she suddenly get teleported to this magical world? Just because she put on the bracelet? What is the bracelet doing in the 21st century? So what's
that's
the
Death
bracelet
Note.
doing here? She sneezed in, put the bracelet on. Who puts a random bracelet on? Like you think she'd be like, oh, let me sell it because my apartment just burned down. Like no, none of that happened. Or no, she put it on before her apartment burned down. But still, why'd you break into a random? Oh, because she was getting chased. But it didn't make sense for the bracelet to be there. And then she finds it. She puts it on. She gains these magical powers. And all of a sudden, she gets teleported. Like none of it like really made sense. The plot was like a D plus.
Yeah.
That's me being nice. Like
Yeah, and I agree. I think the weakest point of Forspoken was the story. Um, Now, spoiler for Forspoken, it's a game that's been out for a couple months. If you're gonna play it, you would have played it already. Most people are gonna go by what media outlets say. So, with that being said,
What you saying?
it's alluded to that the cuff is actually her father. If you, it's
it's
her.
even worse.
So, if you play the game and you understand the story, what happens is like the main villain in the game is actually her mother. and her mother's spirit goes awry, and things start to go bad for the realm of Athia where they live. And her father, who tries to speak some sense into him, or into her rather, doesn't want to hear it. So her and her evil witch cohorts actually cast a spell to bond him into that magic bracelet. So the reason it was there is because supposedly when she was born, shit wasn't sweet in Athia. So they basically cast her out to the realm that we live in order to say, all right, well, hey, it's safer here. You'll be an origin here, whatever. So, I mean, there's reasons for it. But again, I
Nah, bro,
think
that whole Pokemon has a better storyline plot.
yeah, like
That
the
was
story was really bad, but the gameplay, like it's unfortunate you only played maybe the first couple hours, because really once you start to get your powers and you've got some free reign to kind of start building up combos and really kind of stacking on your parkour abilities, it was actually a really cool game.
I watched gameplay of like
Yeah,
the action and all of that, the animation is I'm really like I love story games. So I'm really like I read books sometimes for fun just because I'm bored. Like I really like the story driven aspects. Like I play all of the Mass Effect series, but Andromeda was I was like, who wrote this? Fired out of here. But I would say Forspoken, their fighting system and parkour mode, that was really an A plus. Like even in the beginning of the game, I don't have no powers. I'm just trying to like run for my life. That was actually kind of fun. Like, but the rest of that, I was like, bruh, get me out of here. Delete. That game had to go. But I might download it again just to get at least for the action, get back into that. But the story kind of like I literally had to like focus on actually keeping my attention span on the game, and I've never had to do that before. I mean, I
yeah,
have, but not delete the games. But you're saying it is the action is good. Like I seen gameplay, so if the action is good, I give it a second chance. But
yeah.
10, 15 minutes in, I'm out of here.
Yeah. And that's and I get you because I'm too. I'm primarily a single player game, so narrative does mean a lot to me. And I want to
Mhm.
say in my review I gave it either a 6 for okay or a 7 for good, simply because the combat was really fun once you got into it. And I actually had the opportunity to speak to one of the writers. He was the person that kind of built the world of Athia and like the laws and rules of the world, which I thought was really interesting. But he also went as far as say, "Hey, I kind of wrote the Bible for what this world is. I did not write the story that happened in the
I would say,
world."
yeah, no, the
Um,
world, like all of
yeah,
that was amazing. Her floating in the air, you're making fiery spears and making lava come out the ground. All of that is
yeah,
amazing. The jumping, the wild random birds, like all of that was really amazing. Like I'll get it like a B aspect, but it's just
yeah. It was just
the
that
character
story in the world.
dialogue, the story. Yeah, like
Now, I will be honest. I did grow to kind of like some of the banter between Cuff and Freya. But it what well Freya is Kratos'
God of
wife.
War. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did grow to love some of Cuff and Frey's banter. But there were some times that I feel like they did kind of lean into like cheese material. Like I'm
A
not
lot.
sure if they were trying to like lean into like a younger demographic and they wanted this to be like a quirky kind of like, hey, the teenagers are gonna love this kind of vibe, or what it was
Yeah, I
like.
think that's what he's trying to go
Um,
for. Whoever wrote it
yeah,
was more like, she's a teenager, she's been on her own, and instead of being vulnerable, she has like a like she has a witty banter to everything, like in serious situations. Because like at one point, like spoiler, she did get like arrested. She's in the court system, and she just kind of like made a joke out of it almost, and she was like, if this gonna
it's
happen,
okay.
let it happen. If this not gonna happen, like whatever. But like somebody shared a clip I seen on Twitter of her. I think like the evil queen had caught her or something like that, and she, the, she was being kind of like she was rhyming and stuff. That was kind of like she was like, "Oh no, the poison. You're supposed to be scared." And she was like, "All right, fuck. If you're gonna kill me, get it over with." Like, and I was like, who would say that in this situation? Like,
I mean, yeah. And I get that, but at the same time, we do have to realize, like, we've got a orphan New Yorker in an isekai situation. Like, do you know many New Yorkers? Because that is definitely a New Yorker that has nothing to live with. They're gonna be like, dude, kill me or don't kill me. Like, let's get this over with. So I get it to a certain extent. But all in all, I do think that a lot of the complaints for Forspoken were not warranted. But anyone that has a complaint solely about the story, the narrative, and some of the writing, yeah, it got a little bad at times. And definitely, I do want to highlight that I did go ahead and drop in the chat there the link over to the review for Spoken. So if you are curious to kind of get more details on what that game is, what it's like, see some gameplay, and figure out what the good and the bad of that game is, definitely go check it out. Because there's good stuff there and there's definitely bad stuff there. So figure out firsthand. Yeah. Damn Freya. Or Frey. Frey. We like Freya. We don't
Right.
like Freya. No, damn it. We love Freya. We don't really like Frey.
Yes.
She's okay, but we don't love her. That's what it is. I like her. I don't love her. But from here, I guess we can go ahead and just transition into some open discussion here. I've got two questions for us to kind of expand on. The first one being, as we are exiting the first quarter of 2023 here. We've got some interesting games to come out, like Forspoken, so to speak. I'm just kind of curious where we are at this point in 2023. What would you say? And Lady Gunner, I'd like you to go first here because you're a little spicy today. So
I didn't do
um,
anything.
I didn't say you did anything. I just say you're a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? She got this. What's Naruto's mom's name? Kuchina, I think, something like that. You
Oh, I
got
have things
the
to say
red
about that.
habanero hair. You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord,
I got
and
things to say about
we
that.
just
I
we
just
just
got.
triggered we just
Woo.
triggered Perry.
You did, and I got things to say about Burrito and
Yes.
his
Oh
daddy.
Well,
boy.
Well, Perry, the good news is the second one of my questions is what game are you most excited for the rest of the year? So, with that being said, now we know that Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections is your most anticipated game of the
Man,
year.
I can't wait to throw that shit in the trash.
Oh
But
God.
but for now, Lady Gunner, what is your game of the year thus far?
Can I have more than one?
I, go for it.
My top three would be uh Wulong. I still have that downloaded. Wild Hearts. And it's kind of a tie between Lightfall and actually no. Wulong, Wild Hearts, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Can't be Ghost of Tsushima. That's already been out for like 2 years.
Still,
But
still coming
wow,
back for Game of the Year.
yeah. But we can go Wild Hearts and Wulong. So what's tickled your fancy about Wulong in particular?
Wulong actually, like I said, the fighting mechanics, the story too, it gives off a very Dark Souls feeling, kind of like you have to fight monsters and collect their little souls. Use that to upgrade yourself. Very Dark Souls, Elden Ring type stuff. Uh, but really, I just like the combat system. Like I'm really like ingrained into the combat system. It does get hard at some point to where I have to turn it off before I flip my desk.
Yeah,
But
don't flip your desk.
yeah, I come back like the next day, and it gives you a great sense of achievement once you beat the monster because like parrying is not my strong suit in like any games. For Honor, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, like I'm a good dodger
Oh
or
my
running
god.
away, running
For
away.
Honor, I used to love that game.
That game is still big. Actually, I'm surprised, but even parrying For Honor, you get that on point. You made your
Hmm.
opponent tired, and you go in there for the kill. But me trying to do that, I die 9 times out of 10. Like
That's crazy.
so,
You need to
it's
be.
really
You
been
need to. You need to come to my From Software training school.
Yes.
your what
Yeah.
software training school.
My From Software. I will train you to be the best parrier out there.
I would
I,
need that training,
Yeah.
but Wulong has been teaching me like you have to get them pair, especially the tiger. I don't know if y'all played Wulong.
I played the demo. I wasn't crazy about it.
Oh, so you didn't see the tiger yet. It's these tigers that they walk up to you, all of a sudden their hands get big like Hulk Hogan big, and they start wham 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 wham, and then once they get done with the whole fighting mechanic of that, they arms shrink, but they still fast, and his hands turn. It remind me of that guy for scary movie, My Strong Hand,
Gosh.
but he has the
Perry,
tiger.
be quiet. We don't have to get into anything because I know what happens when
The
strong
tiger
hand is brought
has
up.
two small hands, but he's still out here, still out here a strong hand tiger. But yeah, the and then I like how it's Dynasty Warriors character in there. Like if you ever play any of the Dynasty Warriors series, either one side is good that you play, the opposite is bad, vice versa. But in this one, it's the Yellow Turban, and you're going against like Lu Bu was the hardest character in the game for me. I'm not even halfway done with the game, but I don't know if anybody know Lu Bu, Guanzo, Sun Si. Like my brother's a big Dynasty Warriors character, but it's taking like the history of Warriors and put them into a game that's like dark. I just think the game is cool. Like I give it like
Yeah,
a
that's
B
what's
on
up.
what's that? I give it an 89 on a Metacritic scale.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm not mad at that. When I tried it, it was a thing of the it was weird. It wasn't as fast as Sekiro was for me.
Oh,
But it
Sekiro, God.
right, but it also wasn't like as like heavy and slow as like some of your traditional Souls games.
Yeah,
Um,
yes.
so I kind of had trouble like finding my footing in it. But I mean, I'm happy that you kind of found your lane in that game and you're having fun with it though, because I've heard a lot of people are really enjoying that. So yeah,
Like I said, my parrying skills are part of like it takes me for me basically I don't get parrying right off the bat. Like by the time the enemy had killed me once or twice, I figure out their movement set. I don't know if that's a thing, but like I
Mhm.
kind of figure
No,
out what you finna do so that I know when to actually time and impressive versus some people can just run through there and just be like shing 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 shing. Me, I have to like die once or twice and then I'd be like, all right, I know you finna do this, this, and this, and this. And sometimes they throw in a random move and I get my butt kicked, but I'm surviving a lot longer than I did the first 20 times.
yeah, congratulations. Just because you brought it up, I do have to mention that For Honor, man, make For Honor great again. There's a video somewhere of me out there as a samurai doing maybe a 3-on-1, 4-on-1 battle that I actually beat all the people in. It was pretty ridiculous. I
You
was
played
really good at
Orochi?
that game. I don't remember. I no Orochi was the quick samurai, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually did play some Orochi, and then I also played some of the heavy samurai during
like
like that launch.
Kenshu or Kenshin, something like
I
that.
forget the name, but yeah, I was a savage at that game for a hot minute.
I was a
Um,
bit Viking. My shaman and my raider, I'm busting heads in my shaman. I'm drinking your blood. I'm pulling back and, but yeah, samurai was more. The only time I pull out a samurai is when I'm spamming Gorochi's quick L1 moves. I'm sad to
yeah,
say, but that was fun. That
right.
game is actually fun. I don't know if anybody knows or follows. He's on Twitch, Kenzo. I watched that man play. He pulled off a 3v1, and I was actually glad because the players sat back and like let him fight the one on one versus the matches I get. If it's one of
Oh
you
yeah,
and
you can
three of
get
them,
jumped.
yeah, like. But he,
You know,
I had
sometimes
to
you
give
gotta
him a
do that
follow after that. I was like,
because I knew they was hot when I pulled my 3-on-1 off. Because
oh
you get
yeah,
to parry, slice somebody, stun another guy, hit him with the kunai, turn around, pop, 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 come back,
man,
drop the other one. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Like that's one of those games that if you lose in one of those, like more than even a shooter, it's embarrassing. Like there
yeah.
is no cover. You can't really duck and hide or run away. You took this L, hold it. Um,
Hmm.
and then I know you said Wild Hearts as well.
Hmm.
For the sake of time, we won't really expand on Wild Hearts, but the Blerd Lines channel does have a review for Wild Hearts. So if you want some takes and some ideas on what Wild Hearts is and what it's about, click that link in the chat. Go check that out. Hit that watch for later, and then come back and finish out our stream here. Um, I would say, as far as I go, though, I think my game of the year thus far is Hi-Fi Rush.
Hmm.
Like when I tell you, and which is crazy, Greg voting for an Xbox game for his game of the year thus far is crazy, right? Um, but when you talk about a game that has absolutely wowed me, and we do actually have a stream where I played the opening hours and I was grinning from ear to ear for that game the entire time for the opening hours of Hi-Fi Rush. You talk about aesthetic, music, the art style, the characters, the writing, the humor was on point. Just a really, really fun, feel good game overall, with lots of passive humor that isn't always so obvious. Um, so if you have Game Pass and a reputable PC, if you have an Xbox, definitely go check out Hi-Fi Rush. Like it's definitely one of those games that I think will still be in conversation for best games of the year, even as we get closer to the end of 2023 here. Perry, what do you got, man?
Lady Gunner, what you doing?
Trying to fix this stuff.
Oh, okay. But for me, there's one game. There's one game only.
Oh gosh,
It is Hogwarts.
I knew you were gonna say
You're
that.
a
It's-
wizard, Teddy.
You're a wizard, Perry. That
Yes.
is my game so far. I love Harry Potter. I love the lore, and there was so much. The people who made this game tailored to the people that grew up with Harry Potter, and so like I'm literally going back periodically just to enjoy the game, run around. I'm just now getting to the point where I can breed the beast that I've gotten. I am on my way to get all the forbidden spells, and I cannot wait until I can abracadabra everyone in my way.
Slytherin.
Of course, no doubt. My drip is ridiculous, and how Hogwarts infiltrated the culture. It didn't even infiltrate the culture. It just amplified how much people of color love the Hogwarts lore, and how they was like, we got our House of Slytherin, we got Hufflepuff, we got Gryffindor, we got all these people, and just how much they did for this first game. I can't wait until they come out with part 2 with more mechanics, more online options coming forth with the world. So I really enjoy that. For my second one is Wild Hearts. It's the online aspect of playing with friends. Every time I play that game with buddies of mine, it's been a blast. I can't wait to get back. I have a new build that I'm going through. But yeah, right now, Hogwarts easily is my game of the year. No doubt.
Definitely. Yeah, and again, we also have a review for Hogwarts out, so definitely go check that out. I could drop that link as we've been dropping links all show. But I get you there, and while I didn't love Hogwarts, what I did love about Hogwarts was the relevance in which it had in pop culture, because the week before Hogwarts came out, it was going viral. There was a post that was like, "Man, black people don't care about Harry Potter. There's like 2 black fans. Get out of here." That went viral, and
Oh, that was
certain
funny.
certain parties, we're not name dropping, but certain parties took that and ran with it. It was like, "Yeah, y'all some nerds. Nobody likes that. Yeah." But the week after it came out, doubly, triply, maybe viral was the TikToks and the YouTube shorts about Hogwarts being a historic black college.
Yes.
And
They have a whole website.
And most of them was in Slytherin.
yeah, Slytherin gang, where you at? You know what I'm saying?
All
We out
day,
here.
every day.
You know what
But
I'm
I'm
saying? Slytherin, baby.
they made each house look player. Like Hufflepuff was
Yeah.
decent.
Yes.
Gryffindor was fire, but I mean, it was literally for me Slytherin, and I will marry a Ravenclaw. Period. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. I loved it, man. Like G's review was the mass review that I expected from people. But for those who are entwined in the game, the people that I have on my Facebook page, oh, dude, there's nothing less than a 10 out of 10 with them. They
Oh yeah,
absolutely, they couldn't stop playing it.
yeah. Like for like the the casual gamers that were big Harry Potter fans are going crazy. Like, is this the best game ever? No. But you know how many times I've seen people posting that it is the greatest game of all time? And it warms my heart just to see people that are just lukewarm on great gaming but heavy on Harry Potter just absolutely gaga for this game. It's cool because despite Harry Potter's or Hogwarts Legacy more so being a really video game as video game, like down to like the task list and everything in it. For a particular avenue of people, again, that are lukewarm on video games but big on Harry Potter, it's actually doing a great job of showing those people that video games are more than just Super Mario. There's plenty of other things to be done within this realm.
And to
So,
back up your point, I seen a tweet and a TikTok talking about Last of Us. Please be on the lookout for the Last of Us wrap up on the breaks here on Blerd Lines Media. Talking about we did not know that video games had these types of stories where people was talking about that, and we've been preaching like it's more than just pressing buttons looking for big bangs. A lot of these single player driven games have great storylines, enticing plot. So that I just wanted to have that backup point what you just said. Games are more than what you just seem of just regular people pressing buttons mindlessly. So take that for what you know, you casuals.
yeah, definitely so. And then my last question here, as we get into open discussion. Um,
Well, before we get to that
again,
last one,
oh sure.
before we get to that, I want to go ahead and tackle the meta layoffs.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to that yet. Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, Meta is looking to release another 10,000 people from their company.
Thought it
People
was
want
11.
about 11, 10. It's a big number.
Yes.
And people don't know who Meta is. It's Facebook. Mr. Zuck F word, which people know him as, went live this week talking about how the company made some foolish decisions when it came to building this new idea as far as meta and things of that nature, and how they fell short and unfortunately have to let go of 10,000 people. Again, y'all, the big boom of which tech had probably in the last 2 years because of COVID is coming back and biting a lot of people in the ass. Just because they invested way too early for things to be developed. You're looking at things that need to take time to build the infrastructure for, to look into and test things. That's why you have betas. That's why you have alphas, so people can test them out, see what works, see what doesn't work. You just don't pull your money all into this one idea and just think you're just going to win off that. So it was extremely foolish for what Meta did. I'm not a fan of Mark Zuckerberg of what he's done as far as what trying to push the metaverse, the idea of what he wants to go with, because he was going to fail to begin with. But you made it a lot easier for these smaller companies to wrap up a lot of this great talent that's out there. People who have been let go. I'm sorry for that, but understand there are smaller companies outside of the FANG, big names, that you have opportunities out there in tech. Tech is still very lucrative. It is a great career to get into. So don't be disheartened. I'm sorry that the people that's been laid off from Microsoft and Meta have gone through this moment in their lives.
Hmm. Definitely. Yeah. So, as Perry said, thoughts go out because I know this year, this is not the first wave of layoffs for the tech industry. So definitely to everybody that's been affected, it's been easily 40,000, 50,000 people across the industry, maybe more at this point. Our hearts, our thoughts go out to you guys, and we hope that if you've not bounced back at this point, you are on the come up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then final topic discussion to close out the show. Again, we are exiting Q1 of 2023. and we have a plethora of games still on the way. Jedi Survivor. We've got Spider-Man 2 with Spidey, Miles, and Venom in it. We've got some Street Fighter goodness, Starfield, and so much more. What at this point is the game that you guys are still most excited to sink your teeth in? Already confirmed for 2023.
Of
Absolutely.
course, of course.
Before we go, yes, Sarah. I just want to address that comment Sarah posted. Absolutely. Tech is the biggest avenue for creativity. Develop good things where people can love and look into. This is your MySpace era. Use it. There's so many utensils. But for me, there's one correct answer. It is Final Fantasy. No, there's two. It is Final Fantasy 16 and it's Street Fighter 6. Nothing else matters. I'm not getting Tekken 8 till next year, which I'm okay with. But I have Final Fantasy 16 and I have Street Fighter 6. Nothing else matters. Any other answers outside of that is incorrect. You are
You
wrong.
know, one thing I'll
Mm.
challenge you a tad bit on, and I know it's not been confirmed, so it's only conjecture, but the way these character reveals have been rolling for Tekken 8 right now, I know that everyone is expecting Tekken to come out next year, but the way that these reveals have been rolling out here the last couple weeks, I almost think that we might get it in quarter four.
If I get it in quarter four, I'm happy as hell. Then yeah, I won't take an 8, but I'm not getting that till next year.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting it to next year too, but I wouldn't be surprised if come E3 season they're like boom November. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, but yeah, those are solid games. Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter 6, a lot of good stuff to have there. Lady Gunner kind of looks away, smirks a little bit. I think that she thinks that your games are subpar. You shouldn't be excited about those games.
Well,
Lady
she's
Gunner, what
wrong.
games should we be excited about?
She's
Still
wrong.
confirmed for 2023.
I think he should be excited. I don't know if he's a big D&D fan, but I'm excited for Baldur's Gate, which is a big RPG game. I don't know if you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, but I played. We write it down on paper and just like the imaginatory systems, like you can be whatever you want to be, especially if you make a background for your character. So it's a 2-player game, but it's up to 4 online players. But I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for Exo Primal. Uh, Mace No Kin had me get the download. I never heard of the game before. I got the demo, played it. It was like it was nice. It's like I can't describe it. It's like
Mech,
Tony
Yeah,
Paul and Call of Duty had like a secret baby, but the only thing
mech
I found weird
dinosaur
was
killers.
yes, yes. Except yeah, the dino part I was kind of like, I feel like they put zombies in it would have been more in it, but the random dinosaurs is fun too. But Exo Primal was really fun. I only played the demo for like a day and a half, and I was on there for
only
like
for a day
hours.
and a half.
Only for a day and a half, and I just kept doing the same thing, leveling up my character. You got different characters for assault, tank, and support, but it gives you at least like 4 different classes in those areas to pick from. So that was
Yeah,
actually kind of fun. I'm actually waiting for that.
yeah. I dipped into the demo a little bit myself. I didn't get to play a lot of it to form like a full opinion. It's another one of those games that I
It's
feel like is like
definitely better with squad mates.
I
Like
could see that.
yes, like by yourself, and then you play with a bunch of randos. Everybody picking a subclass. You don't got no healer. You don't got nobody that can take the brunt of the assault. Like kind of makes it a little bit harder, but
Yeah,
definitely with friends.
yeah, I could see that. It's another one of those games that is just unapologetically a video game. It's a
Yeah.
video game as video game. Robots killing dinosaurs. It's like if you're either in or out when you hear that. You're
And
a
then the
human. You're
animation
in.
of your exosuit, like you
Yeah,
jump out of your suit like chest first, and then like when you find another one that you pick from, you just jump in the air and like get sucked into your suit. Your suit closes. Like it's
yeah,
nice. It's nice.
right. So if
Dinosaurs.
robots versus dinosaurs is your thing, or manned robots, I guess that would be a mobile suit in some form. I guess
Yeah.
versus dinosaurs is your thing. According to Mace No Can, that completely open beta is open for until 8 p.m. I think Eastern. So
Mm-hmm.
go download it, check it out now, and play it because there is some fun to be had there. Find out if it's worth your 60-70 bucks. Yeah. I guess that leaves me. Um, by the way, the Baldur's Gate really quickly because I know that Baldur's Gate has been around for a while. Is this a remake or is it a actual sequel?
It's a actual. I think it's an actual sequel. It's Baldur's
Okay,
Gate 3.
okay. Oh, okay. So I did Google that. So it's set for August. So yeah, that's right around the corner. You got a little bit longer to wait,
You
but
know what comes out
uh,
before that? Final Fantasy
Street Fighter.
16
Nope. You
and
know what
Street
comes
Fighter
out
6.
before that? Street Fighter 6, baby.
Exactly.
You want to talk about my most anticipated game of the year? Let me tell you about a little game called Street Fighter 6. Okay.
AKA Kimberly will get all my attention.
Yes. My girl Kimberly, she's out here. She's got her ninja form on. She got her long dookie braids. We throwing hands. We throwing cans of paint at people, and we taking dubs. Okay. Street
Indeed.
Fighter 6 for the win. You know what's going to get Game of the Year? Street Fighter 6. Okay. You want to know what's going to get Fighting Game of the Year? Okay. Street Fighter 6.
As it
You want to know
should.
what's going to get Horror Game of the Year? Okay. Street Fighter 6. Why is Street Fighter 6 going to get Horror Game of the Year? Because there's going to be people that play with those modern controls. They're going to think that they are good. And then they're going to go online and they're going to run into vets. And you know what those vets are going to do? Show them a horrible movie. Okay.
As it should.
Street Fighter 6. That's where I'm going. Which you guys already knew. There's no surprise there.
None.
The other game that I'm stupid excited about is Spider-Man 2. We don't know anything about it except for Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and Venom. But if you are a Spider-Man fan, that's really enough to be super excited about it. So I'm hoping that I know, according to the rumor, that at this point should be solid because I know about 2 weeks before we got the state of play, I had said that our boy Jeff Grubb had confirmed that there was going to be a smaller PlayStation state of play thing, and then a huge blowout just before E3. So I'm hoping that huge blowout just before E3 will finally see some Spider-Man stuff there. Um, and then also honorable mention because it's not been actually confirmed yet. But the rumor is Konami did confirm that they will be at E3 this year. They do have a press conference. The rumor is Metal Gear remake, whichever Metal Gear they are remaking. It's been rumored to be Metal Gear Solid 1. It's been rumored to be Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. But whichever one it is, I hope it's there. I hope it comes out this year, and I am going to preemptively throw that in there also as a most anticipated game for the rest of 2023. With that being said, it's time for recommendations.
Yes, indeed. We have recommendations.
Perry, recommend stuff.
Consume better forms of digital content. Burrito is trash. It has been out. The anime has been out since 2016. And now people are trying to say it is the greatest new next gen of anime. And yes, it has.
Who's saying that?
Oh, you have not been on Twitter like I have, sir. I have seen nothing but burrito praise. It has been out since 2016. And it has been, no, it's not a joke. It's their fan base. Trying to say people.
Boruto is a joke.
No, 1000%. It is a trash piece of fiction. It is absolutely garbage. Naruto is decent. It's okay until we have aliens from space trying to be ninja. That is there. But D-Rain, you know what? Give me a sec. D-Rain, since you said that, I was going to give you a shout out. I was going to give you some praise, and I was going to be there for you. But you know what? Stop it. Purdue University was #1 seed in the NCAA men's tournament, and y'all just got your ass beat. Stop it. You lost to a 15 seed.
He was agreeing with you. He was questioning that people are saying Boruto is better than Naruto.
Okay.
So you just shot fires at that poor man.
You just shot an innocent man.
Okay,
And I know.
I just seen the comment, and I just seen the second one just pop up. D-Rain, I take that back, and I love you.
Oh my God, no! You already said it.
No,
That
I
man
can
was he
rewind.
was bleeding out. He
Well,
was emotional.
well, I tagged him. I tagged him this weekend because I was like, bro, because I had, funny
Woo!
enough, Purdue University, I had them winning in one of my brackets,
Oh
so
man.
I've been pissed. But no, better forms of media. I mean, anime content. I'll say this: if you like it, you like it, but be able to accept the fact that your storyline is trash. Be able to talk about why it's trash. Accept that
Ooh,
fact.
ooh, ooh. Can I explain why it's trash? It's trash because they made that show based on a cash grab because Naruto was hype.
It is.
The ending of Naruto was hype. Really, like while a lot of things were wrong with that final arc and there was a bunch of MacGuffins about like who the real villain was, that final fight between Naruto and Sasuke was perfect.
It was
Like the
the
way that
perfect way to end.
yeah, even the last episode, the wedding, perfect. But then off of that hype, they're just like, all right, the Boruto show. And they ran with that show for years before the manga
Excuse me. I'm
even
sorry.
had time to establish a story. And it's a 7 out of 10 manga, and
What is?
based on the Boruto manga, it's like a
Mm,
7 out of 10 manga,
no.
and it was okay. But because of the fact that they were like, we're gonna take the 7 out of 10, we're gonna build on this 7 out of 10, and we're gonna animate beyond what the manga actually has going on, and then we're gonna just make stuff up as we go. What happens? You get a show that's been out for like 7 years, where 90% of the show is filler.
And it's shit. So
Throw it in
please,
the trash.
please. But no, better forms of content. Read
Yes.
Kingdom. Read, sh- um, what is it? Damn it. Well, read Kaiju number 8. Shakamoto Days is really good. Read them. Those are great forms of content.
Yes. There
Fiction.
you go.
Peak fiction. But yeah, Lady Gunner, your recommendation.
Like you said in the beginning, touch some grass, because I'm still stuck on the fact that y'all are upset about Starfield not having any sexual content, and it is a video game. Like, get that in real life. Why are you upset about it not being in a video game? If you can't get that in real life, just go outside and enjoy nature.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. It's okay.
Get some
It's
sun.
okay. Yeah, get some sunlight.
Oh,
It's fine.
sunlight. We like it. Sunlight, better forms of media. That's two solid recommendations. My recommendation, on top of that, kind of falls along the same lines of people just like giving too much stock to shit that they shouldn't. Um, the last couple weeks, I've been like derping around the internet, particularly on YouTube videos, for other game reviews, and you always see that the number one comment says it's a 8 out of 10, it's a 7 out of 10, it's a 10 out of 10, and then all these people like it, and they say, "All right, thanks, cool, I'm out of here." Now, this is my issue. Going to a review and only looking at the number given to the game is the dumbest thing that you could ever do when it comes to investing your anywhere from $20 for an indie game up to $70, sometimes more if you want a collector's edition. Like, it's the dumbest thing you can do because you don't know why that game was a 10 out of 10. Maybe, for instance, I like Harry Potter. I don't love Harry Potter. Perry loves Harry Potter. So I reviewed Hogwarts Legacy. I gave it, I think a 7 out of 10.
It was. I think
And
it
I
was a
said,
six.
hey,
It was a six. It was a
was it a
six.
6? Yeah,
Yeah.
6 on our scale is okay. So on the official Blerd Lines Media rating scale, 6 is okay, which doesn't mean it's a bad game. It means it's an okay game. So for me to say, hey, this is why I feel this game is okay. Here are my reasons. But be in mind, I'm not a super fan of Harry Potter. I just kind of like the guy. Versus this guy, Perry, saying, I love Harry Potter. I breathe Harry Potter. Harry Potter is my life. I am my wand. My wand is me, and we are one.
Exactly.
Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy, 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
Different perspectives. if you go to a review and you're not listening to what they're talking about, telling you about in the game, and you're just like, oh, okay, this is a 5 out of 10. I'm not playing it. But maybe the things that they highlight about the game are exactly what you need about the game or the movie or the
Excuse
TV
me.
show or whatever form of media you're looking for. You're wasting your time. So stop doing that. Go figure out why these games, these movies, these TV shows, these forms of media are being rated the way that they are, because the number is just an arbitrary thing for the dummies that want to click through the IGN and then just go and find the number. But I digress. We are at the end of our show.
But before we wrap up, I want to give a condolences to two major people who have passed
Yes.
away this week. Lance Redrick, the voice of Savala, has passed this week of natural causes in his home. They came to find out he was literally playing Destiny the night of his passing, which
Wow.
hurts. Yeah. Phenomenal actor, phenomenal voice actor, great human being. My condolences goes out to his family. And then the biggest, I think, twist in reality, who thought he was a black man for the longest, God rest his soul, Bobby Caldwell.
Wait, you knew, right?
Yeah, I knew.
Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't know about Bobby Caldwell. I knew. Come on
Okay.
now. But people who thought, people who first heard Bobby Caldwell, of course, thought he was a black man because he had a lot of soul in his singing. But he was a young, I believe he was Jewish. Jewish man, great soul, gave homage to the industry and genre he was in. He was a phenomenal person. God rest his soul. But we lost two big legends this week in the industry of entertainment. And my condolences goes out to their friends and family.
Yeah, definitely. Special shout out to the Destiny community. Um, I saw that a lot of players in the tower, hundreds of players in the tower, at any point in time through this weekend, you could find tons of players over at Zavala kneeling to pay respects, and that's a beautiful thing. So you gotta love when people pull together in difficult times to show respects in whatever ways they can find. So yeah, I I respect that, and definitely, as you said, condolences. So with that being said, definitely go check out our guard impact video. We went live. We had our bracket for Tekken. Things got real. The best people in the city came through. We missed a couple players, unfortunately, but I actually caught up with my boy Iconic, and he was super regretful that he missed the likes of Joe Godhand, aka Ass Man, Anime Street Survival from Trapped in Anime. He missed Master Spreader. He missed Noel Strife, and so many
Master
more.
Spreader been
Noel.
out here spreading, boy.
But Perry,
Uh,
I
did
don't
I
care
not
what
say
no.
Noel? What did I say?
You said Noel, but it's
Oh,
Noel.
my bad.
But shout out to our commentators, Joe Godhand and Derek and Lady Gunner. But shout out to Perry. I got
Yeah,
compliments from the guys that I played against. They didn't know they didn't have high expectations, but they said I was a lot better than they expected. I made it past the first round, and I got 2 rounds off of Joe. So, and
yeah, I
I got
saw that.
coaching tip, and like I felt good. That was a good time. That was a great day. That was a great day. Like you have no idea. That night and that morning was phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely. So please go check that out. We spend lots of time prepping for Guard Impact, advertising for Guard Impact, creating advertisements. And we had a great turnout, over 20 likes, nearly 100 views in the opening night. People go crazy. And I believe we have an idea of what the game for next Guard Impact for the month of April will be. We'll officially announce
Yes.
that within the next couple weeks to come as we finalize and nail that down.
Yes.
Um, but with that being said, you guys could have been anywhere in the world this Sunday morning, but you were here with us. That means the world to us. So, as always, we have to give a major thanks to everybody in the chat. Liv, T-Well the Don, Twilight Deacon, Skeeto Baby,
Missed
Marie
you.
out here, Mace No Can. There's going to be plenty of people, so I do apologize if I'm missing you as I'm kind of scrolling through that list very fast. Regardless of if your name was listed or not, want you to know that you deserve the heartiest gang. Have a wonderful Sunday.
for Sunday, everyone. And I'm about to go take my medicine. Where's my
Oh.
peace?